What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Street Fighter Duel video. All right, guys. So it looks like a lot of you guys are asking this question. So I got to bring it up. I'm going to bring it up and I'm going to talk about something that is a prevalent issue in our society as well as us gamers. I'm part of that issue. You're part of that issue. We all have this problem, okay? We love the new shiny thing. And don't get me wrong, the new shiny thing is in this case is absolutely breathtaking. Okay, it's glistening. It's in the sun. It reminds you of summer. She wears a white bikini. She looks amazing. She works amazing, but it should not stop you from focusing. All right. If you ever watch The Rock work out, he always says focus. There's a reason why we need to focus more. Okay, so what am I getting at here? A lot of you have been asking the same question all day today since Summer Ibuki came out. Hey, I have my Sagat at S. Should I continue working on him? The answer is absolutely. You should not be jumping around 100 different times unless the unit is absolutely completely busted broken. And now I'll tell you this right now. Ibuki is really, really good. Like very, very good. But she is not worth jumping around and losing focus on a character such as Sagat. Now, I don't even have Sagat. I have been trying to get him on this account, and I'm like 80 pulls into Div. I have not got him once. Okay? It's not been a good time for me on my free-to-play account lately. But I will tell you this. Okay, Summer Ibuki is going to do well in AoE fights. Summer Ibuki is going to do well in PvP. Summer Ibuki is going to do well in PvE. And she's going to do well in bossing. Without a doubt. But one thing she lacks, and it's something that everybody needs in this game, is a tank that's built to last. Okay? You have Bison, clearly. You have E Honda, very good. Zangief doesn't last quite as long as E Honda. And then you have Abel. Those right there, and Bison's not even a tank technically, right? But those right there, those three tanks outside of Bison, are meant to be your main tanks. Now that Sagat is in the game, he now fills a slot for one of those units. It also gives you something beneficial. A lot of people don't talk about this enough, and I think it's overlooked way too often. So if you go to your Infernal units, right, there's a nice little bonus for having Infernal units in your team. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just go to a battle of any sort. So let's just go, I don't know, let's go to Explore, Supreme Fist here. When you go here, you will have this factional bonus, right? Right here. First off, Masters you know will give you any faction bonus, okay? You need to have Infernal to get this. This is insane. The plus 10 speed, the plus 12% pressure, and the plus 15% damage. This is an absolute juggernaut of stat bonuses, okay? So nothing to be scoffed at. You should definitely be focusing on Sagat still, in my opinion, over Summer Ibuki. Keep in mind, Gouken is going to be coming out as well, and then we're going to have a collab. I've talked about this in the last video. If you don't plan to go for Gouken because he's limited tickets because you're saving for the turtles, that gives you even more reason to build someone like Sagat before you build someone like Summer Ibuki, because we have plenty of damage dealers in this game that can already carry you through multiple forms of content. What we're lacking a lot of is survivability, right? As you get up to the higher echelon of content, survivability becomes a must. It doesn't matter how much damage you do. If you get one shot, you're dead. Sagat is one of those units that will carry you through that harder content. So, to answer everybody's question, has my divination predictions changed? I will tell you this. She is number 3 now. Okay? So if you go back to Div, take Akuma out of this equation. He's my first SSS on my free-to-play account. That's outside of that. If we look specifically at these units, Bison's still number 1. Sagat, in my opinion, is still number 2. Number 3 is now Summer Ibuki. Number 4 would be T-Kami or Vega. Still T-Kami, I think, has a slight edge. They both need to be built maxed anyways to do the max amount of damage. So 4 and 5, right? 6, I'm going to go with Rose. 7, I'll go with Achon. 8, I'll go with Gen or Jury. It's your choice on that one. So Sagat is still number 2 in my opinion. And some of you may disagree with that because your accounts need a DPS, and that's a different story. You know what your account needs. But from an overall perspective, you have to remember two things. One, that when the shiny new toy comes out, there's not been enough testing. Everybody's overjoyed. Everybody's obviously super excited. She does things a lot of units don't do, which gives you that sense of uniqueness, right? And Sagat at this point feels like a level of comfort. So people put him in the back of their mind and forget. And this is what I was talking about at Generations. As gamers, we don't focus enough on getting a task completed before we move on to the next task. So consider her a task, right? She is going to come out. She's already out. You're gonna have her there forever, so you could work on her. And here's what's probably going to end up happening. And I'm just going to call this now as I see it. She's going to be a unit that's going to last a very long time. So you're going to finish your Sagat. The next unit's going to come out. Might not be as good as her. You can focus on her. And that's what's mostly going to happen for most of you. And you guys are doing the right thing, in my opinion, by focusing on Sagat first. Because, again, in story mode, he'll carry you further. She'll definitely outbeat him. She'll beat him for example, Path of Fire or anything AoE related for sure. He's not a boss unit, so she'll probably beat him on that as well too. But you have plenty of boss units already, right? If you're running 3 teams, chances are you already have a pretty good, solid set of DPSers and support. She'll definitely bring a lot to you and your team, but I just don't think she's going to be groundbreaking. Here's the biggest reason why. I'll be honest with you guys, okay? The fact that her speed is increased after 3 seconds of battle, there's a bonus and a minus to that. The minus is, of course, she's not as fast as you want her to be because she's going to go second if someone has Bizang, Yun, Vega, etc. She's a very slow character at the start. The reason why they built her that way, though, is because everything scales off of her speed, and because it does that, her combos will do more damage. So they want to give her a 3-second little buffer, so when the combos start, she still has that 130 speed or 120 speed extra with her FS20, and then she'll be able to do more damage with her triggers and her special. Okay, so it's built that way for a reason, but because of that built, I feel like it kind of takes away from that allure, right? So I do think she's a great character, don't get me wrong. I feel like you will eventually build her, but I don't think you should stop building Sagat just because she came out. I still think Sagat has way too much to offer, not only as a damage dealer, a stunner, someone who increases effect accuracy, someone who can survive massive amounts of damage and heal himself, not only because somebody has a massive Tiger Cannon and can shoot. This is going to sound really weird. It's going to sound really bad. Can shoot his load 3 times or more at the opponent. Right? Really weird. I know. I'm sorry. Sorry if you took that any other way than it was supposed to be provided. I know that was really dirty. But I am going to say this. She's an incredible character, like I said. So don't get it twisted. If you have Sagat already at SS, you could probably stop now, move over to her. If you've got a Sagat at S and S+, and you're wondering, should I move over to her now? No, absolutely not. Finish your damn project, kid. I'm kidding. Finish your project. Finish your homework. Stop procrastinating, get that done, and then move on to this project after, all right? That's pretty much it, guys. So Divination doesn't change in my opinion. I think she goes to number 3, though, for sure. But if you already have Sagat at SS, then she could definitely take over that spot. But keep in mind, guys, this is a unit that's going to be out here for 2 weeks. Is going to remain in the roster for a very long time. I'm actually starting to become scared at how often these units are coming out and how much better they are from the previous unit. Now, I'm not saying that she's much better than Sagat. Don't get me wrong. That's not the point at all here. But as a damage dealer, she's better than any other damage dealer that's come out in previously, right? I guess take away Ryu from that equation because he's limited. And Virgil, of course, because he's collab. Those two don't count. But, yeah, don't stop on Sagat. Keep going on Sagat. Don't stop that. All right, anyways, guys, it's Payne. Hope this helped out because a lot of you guys were asking, so I figured I'd make a video and let everybody know that's watching what to do. And that's my take on it. If you disagree, let me know in the comment section. If you agree, let me know in the comment section. Either way, have a wonderful night, guys. I'll talk to you in the next.